Have you ever checked your blood sugar and felt relieved because the number looked normal, only to discover later that your diabetes was quietly causing damage behind the scenes? If you're over 60 and living with diabetes, what I'm about to share could change the way you manage your health forever. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes many seniors make is not checking their blood sugar too little, but checking it at the wrong time. And that simple mistake can hide dangerous blood sugar spikes that may increase the risk of heart disease, kidney damage, vision loss, nerve problems, and even hospitalization over time. Before we begin, welcome to Healthy Wisdom for Seniors. My name is Dr. David, and on this channel, we share practical, science-backed health advice to help older adults stay independent, active, and healthy for as long as possible. If you're committed to taking control of your health, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and let us know where you're watching from in the comments below. I read as many comments as possible, and I love hearing from our community around the world. Now, let me tell you about a patient I'll call Mary. Mary was 72 years old and had been living with type 2 diabetes for more than a decade. Every morning she checked her blood sugar faithfully. Most days, her numbers seemed acceptable. She felt confident she was doing everything right. But during a routine appointment, her doctor noticed something troubling. Her A1C levels remained higher than expected. The question was simple: if her morning blood sugar looked fine, why were her long-term numbers still elevated? The answer shocked her. After using more detailed monitoring, they discovered her blood sugar was spiking dramatically after meals, sometimes reaching levels she never would have imagined. Those spikes were occurring every day, silently stressing her body while remaining completely invisible to her usual testing routine. Mary is not alone. Millions of people living with diabetes focus on fasting blood sugar and miss what happens after breakfast, lunch, or dinner. The truth is that some of the most important information about your diabetes can be found not before a meal, but after one. To understand why, let's quickly talk about what happens inside your body when you eat. Every meal contains nutrients that are broken down during digestion. Carbohydrates are especially important because they become glucose, which enters your bloodstream. In a healthy body, insulin helps move that glucose into cells where it can be used for energy. But when diabetes is present, the process becomes less efficient. The body may not make enough insulin, or it may not use insulin properly. As a result, glucose can remain in the bloodstream longer than it should. Here's where things become interesting. Blood sugar doesn't stay at one level all day. It constantly rises and falls. Stress can affect it. Lack of sleep can affect it. Illness can affect it. Medications can affect it. Physical activity can affect it. And of course, food can have a major impact. This means a single blood sugar reading only tells part of the story. Imagine looking at a photograph from a vacation. That one image shows a moment in time, but it doesn't reveal everything that happened before or after. Blood sugar readings work the same way. A normal reading at one moment doesn't necessarily mean your glucose levels remained healthy throughout the day. That's why healthcare professionals encourage regular monitoring at strategic times. Doing so allows you to identify patterns, understand how your body responds to different foods, and make better decisions about your health. One of the most valuable times to test is after a meal because that's when blood sugar levels typically rise. According to diabetes guidelines, blood glucose is commonly checked 1 to 2 hours after the start of a meal, when post-meal levels are often near their peak. For many adults with diabetes, a common target is to remain below 180 milligrams per deciliter 2 hours after eating, although individual goals may differ depending on age, medical conditions, and advice from a healthcare professional. Many seniors are surprised when they first learn this. They assume that if their fasting blood sugar is under control, everything else must be fine. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. A person may wake up with a normal reading yet experience large glucose spikes after meals throughout the day. Over months and years, repeated spikes can contribute to complications. That's why post-meal monitoring can be so valuable. Now here's a question for you. Have you ever checked your blood sugar after eating and been surprised by the result? Let us know in the comments. Your experience might help another viewer who is facing the same challenge. In a moment, I'm going to explain exactly when you should check after eating, why many seniors accidentally choose the wrong testing time, and the simple food tracking habit that can reveal which meals are helping your diabetes and which ones may be hurting it. And later in this video, I'll share a surprisingly simple after-dinner habit that may help reduce blood sugar spikes naturally. So stay with me. So when exactly is the best time to check your blood sugar after a meal? The answer is simpler than many people think. Most experts recommend checking approximately 1 to 2 hours after the beginning of your meal because this is typically when blood glucose levels are highest. Testing too early may miss the full effect of digestion. Testing too late may miss the peak entirely. That's why timing matters. Think of it like measuring the height of a wave. If you look too soon, the wave hasn't reached its highest point. If you look too late, the wave has already passed. To truly understand how your body responds to food, you want to measure during the period when glucose is most likely to be elevated. Another important point is that not all foods affect blood sugar equally. 2 meals containing the same number of calories can produce very different glucose responses. For example, a breakfast filled with refined carbohydrates may create a larger spike than a meal containing protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Many people discover this only after they begin tracking their results. That's why I often encourage patients to keep a simple journal. Write down what you eat. Record the time of your meal. Check your blood sugar 1 to 2 hours later. Then note the result. After a few weeks, patterns often become obvious. Certain foods consistently lead to better numbers, while others may produce unexpected spikes. This information can be incredibly valuable because it allows you to personalize your eating habits instead of relying solely on general advice. Another factor many people overlook is stress. Have you ever noticed your blood sugar running higher during a difficult week? That's not your imagination. Stress hormones can raise glucose levels even when your diet hasn't changed. Illness can do the same thing. A simple infection, cold, or flu may cause blood sugar readings to rise unexpectedly. Physical activity also plays an important role. In fact, one simple habit that many experts recommend is taking a short walk after meals. Even light movement can help muscles use glucose more effectively and may help reduce post-meal spikes. Research suggests that walking shortly after eating can improve blood sugar control by helping glucose move from the bloodstream into the muscles. Let's talk about a few common mistakes. First, many people only test when they feel unwell. The problem is that high blood sugar often causes no immediate symptoms. By the time symptoms appear, glucose levels may have been elevated for a long time. Second, some people become discouraged by a high reading. Remember, a blood sugar number is information, not a judgment. Its purpose is to help you learn what your body is doing. Third, many individuals fail to record their readings. Without a record, it's difficult to identify trends and share useful information with your healthcare provider. Finally, some seniors compare their numbers with friends or family members. That's rarely helpful. Diabetes management is highly individualized. Age, medications, medical history, and overall health all influence appropriate glucose targets. Always discuss your personal goals with your healthcare team. If there's one message I want you to remember today, it's this: diabetes complications rarely appear overnight. They often develop slowly through thousands of small decisions made over months and years. The encouraging news is that small positive habits can work the same way. A simple blood sugar check at the right time. A healthier meal choice. A short walk after dinner. A consistent monitoring routine. These small actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but together they can have a powerful impact on your long-term health. Before we finish, let's do a quick review. Blood sugar changes throughout the day. Food, stress, illness, medications, and activity all influence glucose levels. One of the most useful times to test is 1 to 2 hours after the start of a meal because this is often when blood sugar reaches its highest level. For many adults with diabetes, a common goal is to remain below 180 milligrams per deciliter 2 hours after eating, although your personal target may be different. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to Healthy Wisdom for Seniors and join our growing community dedicated to aging with strength, confidence, and wisdom. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend or loved one living with diabetes. And before you go, leave a comment with the word control if you're committed to taking charge of your blood sugar and protecting your health. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next video.